Brand new episode of the Riff Rundown. My name is Angela Petrilli, here with my friends at Fishman for a new episode of the Riff Rundown where we go through a song live in real time, no edits. It's live Q&A too, so if you guys have questions, be sure to put them in the comments. Always happy to spend a Saturday afternoon with all of you. So what we're going to be doing here today is we're going to be learning Daughters by John Mayer's off his second album, Heavier Things. It's a really, really beautiful, beautifully composed song, beautiful chords. This one is definitely geared to intermediates to advanced. We're going to have a lot of fun jazz chords that are incredibly beautiful. Some of those grips may be a little tough for my beginners who are watching today, but I encourage my beginners. Stick with it, have fun with us, take what you can, because again, it's a really, really great song. So we're gonna be in standard tuning for this one, acoustic guitar. There's some solos in here too that are really great, so we're gonna look through all of that today. So you guys know I like to ask a question, so before we get started, let me know where you are tuning in from and your favorite singer-songwriter. Where are you tuning in from and your favorite singer-songwriter. So happy to have all of you here today. All right, so here we go. Here is Daughters by John Mayer. Really beautiful song. We're going to go over all of the parts as well. Again, really, really excited to teach this one to you today. So again, if you missed the question, let me know where you're tuning in from and who your favorite singer-songwriter is. Also, too, I'm going to put this in the comments right now. Why not? I released a new single yesterday. It's called Red River. You can check it out on Spotify. I put the link in the chat so you guys can check it out. We released a music video, too, on my YouTube channel, so you can give that a listen. We're super proud of it. It's vibey. I'd say it's like Robert Johnson meets Led Zeppelin and a little bit of Bonnie Raitt. So if you want to check that out, link is in the comment section right now. So would love it if you did. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. Again, we're going to be in standard tuning for this tune. We're going to look at these chords here. Again, very beautiful jazz chords. It's just this progression is so beautiful. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do here is we're going to get our second finger. We're going to be playing a B minor 11 chord. Sounds scary, but it's not. Promise. Really fun chord to play. We're going to get our second finger here, placing that on the 7th fret of the low E string. All right. We're going to get our third finger here, placing that on the 7th fret of the D string, D as in dog. Our fourth finger is going to go here on the 7th fret, the G string. All right. So what we're going to do here, I want you to strum every single string. Now, if you'll notice, because of the way we are gripping this E string here with our second finger, that A string is going to be deadened. This is what you want. We don't want that note. Go ahead and strum through. Notice how the A string gets omitted. That's what we want to do here. All right, so that's that first chord. All right, now we're going to do a very cool E minor 7. I know a lot of times we learn it here, or even here. This one we're going to play this way. Again, very beautifully, beautiful, beautiful way to play this chord. We're going to get our third finger, placing it on the E note, 7th fret of the A string. First finger placing that on the 5th fret of the D string. That's our G note. Fourth finger is going to go on the 7th fret of the G string. That is going to be your D note. Again, we're going to strum every single string. The chord should sound like this. And then strummed through. That's what we're looking for there. All right, so again, the first two, and that E minor 7. to do here is we're going to play an E minor 7 over A. All that means is we have an E minor 7 chord, and we're just going to have that A in the bass. So lucky for us, see this third finger here? All I want you to do is lift it, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to strum from the A string downward. All we're doing is lifting that third finger. That's it. Okay, so we have that E minor 7. It's E minor 7 over A, lift. Okay, just like that. Let's do that again. Those 3 chords here. Let's just go ahead, single strokes. Let's get used to how this feels in the hand. All the chord or all the strings. Lift that third finger. Just like that. Okay, let's go ahead and do that again, then we'll get into the strumming pattern as we finish the progression. Now the final chord here is going to be a D chord. We're going to play this in a very beautiful way. Okay, first finger, we're going to place that on the 4th fret of the D string. That's our F sharp. So keep in mind, we have our F sharp here. Remember, D, F sharp, and A. That's what builds a D chord. All right, so it's going to be on our F sharp here, 4th fret of the D string, 2nd finger, 5th fret of the A string. So there's your thirds, D and F sharp. Okay. Now we're going to get our 4th finger. For some of you, this might be a stretch. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. Do your best here. Get as close to those frets as you can without touching them. Okay, 4th finger, 7th fret of the G string. That's going to be your A note. So our 1, 3, 5. So just like that. Beautiful way to play a D chord, huh? Versus this. Hear that? Not great. Now, something to keep in mind here too, notice how you cannot see my thumb. I'll be using my thumb to play some chords later on in the song. We want our thumb at the middle of the neck here. Notice if I place my thumb up here, it kind of gets a little hard to reach these notes. So placing that thumb in the middle of the neck is going to allow those fingers to really stretch. All right, so let's go through all of these chords again, strumming them once, all 4. Let's go ahead and do this without the commentary. Here we go. D chord, strumming from the A string downward. And if you get those open strings in there too, totally great. Let's do that again. All right, just like that. Now, as far as the strumming goes, I'm going to play through it nice and slowly here and follow along. All right, so here we go, nice and slowly here. Nice and light, let the pick do the work for you. Again. Play a little bit faster, it sounds like this. Now, we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone here because we see this in the verses too. Okay, so we're covering a lot of ground with this. So this is our intro. So let's go ahead and do that again. I'm going to play it just a little bit faster. And again, if you're enjoying these lessons, be sure to subscribe to the channel. It absolutely helps the cause. And if you want to check out all the cool Fishman gear that I use in these lessons, be sure to click the link in the video description. All right, here we go from the top. I'm going to bring up the speed just a little bit. So here we go. Now, we also have a nice, well, let's see. I'll talk about that in the verse. Let's go over the solo that we have in the intro. Again, a very, very tasteful, melodic solo. John Mayer, I think he has, gosh, he has such a beautiful touch when he plays. and it's always melody forward, which is just beautiful. And this song is no exception of that, and this solo in particular. So I'm going to go ahead and play the solo here. Again, we're going to break it down note by note, all that good stuff. All right, so here we go from the top of the solo. I'm going to play through it. So that's what we have at the very, very top of the song. So we'll do here, third finger, okay? We're gonna slide that D string, 7th fret, sliding into the 9th fret, okay? So that A note to that B note. Just like that. Again, we're gonna break this up into chunks. So, just like that, simple enough. Now we're gonna do here, keep that third finger where it is, okay? At that 9th fret of the D string. What we're gonna do here, so we're going to place our first finger, 7th fret of that G string, 2nd finger, 8th fret of the B string. Okay, so we're going to play this little triad over that E minor 7 chord. Okay, so just like that. Let's go ahead and do that again nice and slowly here. Now build the triad. Just like that. Go ahead and do that one more time. Now, I'm choosing to hybrid pick that. What I mean by that is I've got my strumming hand. I'm strumming the D string and the G string. And then with my middle finger striking upward on that B string. Like that. If you just wanted to use a pick for all 3 of these strings, totally no problem. To me, that feels comfortable. Okay? So that's what's there. Now, the next bit here is a bit of a stretch, all right? But you can do it. First finger is going to go on the 7th fret of the G string, okay? Stick with me on this one. Your 4th finger is going to stretch, okay? All the way to the 11th fret of the D string, and it's going to sound like this. We want it to sound dissonant. This is good. If you listen back to the song, you will hear this. Interesting, isn't it? So what we're playing here is we have a D note that we're playing with our first finger and a C sharp that we are playing with our pinky. Wacky, isn't it? But it is so beautiful in the context of this song. So I'm going to play that in context. And again, it's quite a stretch. Remember what I said, okay? That thumb, middle of the neck is going to help you do this. All right? It's going to help you do that. So really practice placing good hand technique, okay? Thumb in the middle of the neck, all right, when you play this. So here it is from the top. I'll go through this slowly. So notice how I kept my first finger there, okay? Let's do that again. After that, we're going to quickly resolve, okay? We're going to get our middle finger there, placing that on the 8th fret of the B string. Okay, that's going to be our G note. Now, first finger, we're going to do next, placing that on the 7th fret of the D string. Just like that. From there, we go back to the 8th fret of the B string, back to the 7th fret of that D string, moving the middle finger back, 7th fret of the B string. It's our F sharp. Okay, I'm going to play through this nice and slowly. I know it's a lot of back and forth. This is the first part of the solo. I'm going to play it through nice and slowly again. Follow along. Go ahead, do that again. Okay, stick with me here. It's again a beautiful, beautiful solo. Again, one more time. more time for good luck. Why not? Let me know how you guys are doing in the comments. Let me know. So there it is there. Now the main iconic part of the solo, we're going to do here. We're going to get our third finger, 9th fret of the D string. Okay, this is that beautiful motif, all right? What we're going to do here, 9th fret of the D string to the 6th and 7th fret of the G string, back to the 9th fret. All right, let's go ahead and do that again. Okay, just like that. One more time. And get close to the fret. Notice how important that is. See how I was a little bit out and I buzzed a little bit? Getting close to the fret allows for a good, strong note. All right, so let's do that again. Good technique here, getting as close to the frets as we can without touching it. Let's do that again. Okay, so that's our first one. Let's go now to the last half of this solo. It sounds like this. Okay, first finger, 6th fret of the G string to the 7th. Okay, if we're talking in terms of notes, C sharp, D, E. And we're gonna bend at that F sharp 7th fret of the B string. Bend it slightly. Ever so slightly. Notice how it's not a, we don't want that. Nice and light, like a little wave, okay? That's what we want there. We don't want it too aggressive of a bend. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that second half again. Okay, those 8 notes, here we go. Okay, just like that. Let's go ahead and do that again, and then we'll combine both parts of the solo, and then we'll look into the verses. There's one little cool variation in the verses, and we'll talk about it. So here we go. From the second half. Just like that. Just like that. All right? Take our time here. We can't play anything fast. We can't play slow. And what's cool about that is I was playing it to speed. So if you listen to the solo on the record, it's just about that tempo. So it's already at a slow pace. All right? So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to play the entire intro solo, and I'll take some questions. I see that we have a couple, so if you have questions thus far, let me know. Put them in the comments. And again, if you're enjoying the lessons, be sure to subscribe to the channel, folks. Here we go from the top. There it is. All right, so that's our intro solo. So we're gonna do here, as I wait for some of those questions to come in, I'll be keeping an eye on things. I'm gonna go ahead and just talk about the verse right now. So again, as I mentioned at the top, the verse is the same as that intro that we did. All right, so there's one thing that is just incredibly beautiful, and it's this little walk-up that John Mayer does. And I'm gonna go ahead and play it here and illustrate it. It sounds like this. So that little walk up that we see there with that minor 7 shape is very, very cool. So I'm seeing some comments here. This is totally common, and I was expecting this, is some people are like, gosh, my hands are a little stiff. This is totally normal. These chords are not the easiest to play. What I would suggest to get that stiffness to loosen up a bit in your hands when you're playing is a really great exercise called the spider. And it goes like this. I'll demonstrate it here quickly. There's a video that I did on the Fishman YouTube channel where you can check out, like I'm describing this at depth, and you can see, but it looks something like this. Now I'm playing this a little bit faster just for time here. But this exercise, what it does, it really allows you to stretch that hand going through each of the frets. Okay, each finger is designated a fret. So you go forwards and then you would go backwards. And again, it's a really, really great exercise. I would suggest for those of you who are getting a little bit stiff in the hand to have a watch of that video talking about those warm-ups. It's a good one. It's one that I go to quite often. So Priscilla, thank you for mentioning that on behalf of many players today. Warm-ups are always a good thing. I warmed up before I did this one today. So great question. So let's go ahead and get back to that walk-up that we see in the verse. So again, the chords are exactly the same. That B minor 11 to that E minor 7, to that E minor 7 over A, to that D major. All right. Now what we're going to do here, so there's that D major shape. Okay. What I want you to do here, I want you to bring that first finger up to the 5th fret of that D string. That 3rd finger, place it on the 7th fret, that E note on the A string. So it'll sound like this. Okay, so hey, that's that E minor 7 we just did. You'd be correct. Now what we're going to do here is we've got this shape, and we're going to move that entire shape up a whole step. Okay, so just like that. So let's look at that walk up here because we see this quite a bit in the song. So we have that D major shape. We're going to go through this a few times. So D major. And then up. Let's do that again. Oop. There we go. Again. Okay. So in context, with the chords, sounds like this. And I'm going to strum them just one time, okay? Each chord. Here comes the walk up. Then back to the B minor 7. All right. So with a little context here, I'm going to play this a little bit faster. Okay, I'm going to strum through it here. Follow along if you can. Again, these are really, really beautiful chords that we can incorporate, okay, in our playing, which is great. So let's go ahead, play this nice and slowly. Here we go. Walk up. So that's it slow. Again, this is a good challenge. I know for a lot of us watching today, this is a good challenge. I know, this is great chords, great chords. So now I'm going to play it a little bit faster. All right, we are in the verse. So here's the verse. Now, if it's any consolation, this walk-up doesn't happen every time. So listen to the original tune on the record and you'll see it doesn't happen all the time, but I wanted to get it good. Again, this is a great exercise in building up new chord inversions, okay, with really great stretches. I know this may be difficult for some of you right now, but don't worry. Stick with it. It will be so beneficial in your playing moving forward. Because this, like, check it out. Like, just for example, that E minor 7, we may be used to playing this one, but now we have this one, as well as this one, in our pocket, which is great, all right? So that is the verse there. So the chorus, similar chords. There's gonna be one chord that's different, and it's an E7, and it's probably gonna be a little bit easier for all of us to play, all right? So the chorus looks like this at tempo. All right, I'm gonna play it through. Here we go. So what we do is we're replacing the E minor 7 with an E7. So check this out. All we're going to do, that E minor 7, we know how to play it, okay? That's how we did it, right? So what we're going to do here is we're replacing that E minor 7 with an E7. So check this out. First finger, this note here, okay, is a G note, 5th fret of the D string, all right? And again, a little bit of theory here. That's the flat third. To make it an E7, okay, the formula for a 7th chord is a 1, 3, 5, flat 7. The formula for a minor 7 chord, like the one I'm playing here, is a 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. So check it out. There's our flat 3. That's the only note that's different. Ding. I'm just going to move that up. That's it. And I'm going to play it like this. Okay, I could choose to play it this way. So moving that second finger and having that second finger play the G sharp at the 6th fret of the D string. Okay? So we choose to play it that way. So we could do this. Or, how I like to do it, in this case, in this series of chords here, I like to place my first finger on that G sharp, second finger on the E note, and then my third finger on that D note there, 7th fret of the G string. Just like that, okay? So again, that's the only note we're switching out, the E minor 7 over A and the D major. We're gonna keep them, all right? So let's go ahead and go through that nice and slowly here. Again, I warned you guys, there's gonna be a lot of jazz chords today. I warned you guys. Those of you who follow and subscribe to my channel, I always give a little hint a few days before the riff rundown on what the song is gonna be. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you wanna get hints, subscribe to the channel, all right? Warned you guys, lots of jazz chords. All right, so here we go. We're gonna play a little bit faster here. All we're switching out is the E7. Here we go. Again. Again. Last time. Okay, so that is our first chorus that's happening there, all right? So what we want to do here is there's a solo break. So right now, our point in the song that we are in is that the 1 minute 32 second mark on the original tune on the record. So let's see, the strumming pattern shifts just a little bit during this solo break into the second verse. And the strumming sounds like this. And we're going to keep it to the verse chords. Okay, so remember we're going back to that E minor 7. All right, so it's going to sound like this. that slide up. Again. That's what's happening at the 1 minute 32 second mark. There's also a solo there, and we'll play that in a moment. So that's what's happening there. I'm going to play it through nice and slowly. So that was slightly slower than the recording. I'm going to play that kind of syncopated strumming pattern a little slower here. Okay, verse chords. Again. Last time. And now to speed. So that's what's happening there in that solo break. There's also a beautiful solo here too, all right? So the solo sounds like this. And that's to speed. That's how it's so beautiful and tasteful and melodic. John Mayer, he's like, you know, I'm assuming, I'm not John Mayer, but I'm sure he was thinking melody, 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 melody. It's beautiful. It doesn't need to be fast. When you were playing a cool solo, it does not need to be fast to be cool. This so fits the song beautifully. So let's go ahead and learn it. So what we're going to do here, first finger on the 9th fret of the D string. Now, I like to do this where I get my 2nd finger on the 10th fret of the A string, so that G note, and then from there I'm going to go back to the 9th fret. Okay, so it sounds like this. Now with my 3rd or 4th finger, probably 4th finger is a little bit better, you want to get to the 12th fret of the D string. Okay, so it sounds like this. Again. Okay, so that's the first little bit of it. All right, we're going to get our 3rd finger here, 14th fret of the acoustic. Some of you may be thinking, oh my gosh, I don't have a cutaway. Neither do I. I can reach, don't worry. Okay, so you're going to get that 3rd finger, the 14th fret of that A string. It's going to be a B note. Okay, and what we're going to do here, we're going to get our 1st finger, 11th fret of the D string, and you're going to give it, again, one of those kind of wavy sounding bends. I'm bending down here. You don't want to bend too much, just enough for it to sound just like a little bump, a little wave. Just like that, okay? Now, let's go ahead and try it again, all right? From the top, you guys can do this. Okay, and the next little bit here, 3 notes, 1st finger, or 3rd finger rather, placing that on the 12th fret of the A string, First finger reaches to the 9th fret D string, B note. I'm sorry, 9th fret G string. There we go. Okay, that's the note we want. 9th fret G string. 12th fret of that D string. Okay, so it sounds like this. Those are the last 3 notes of the solo at the 1 minute 30-second mark. All right, so like this. All right, so just like that. So let's go ahead and do the whole thing. I'm going to play through it slowly, but lucky for us, it's already a very thoughtfully slow solo. All right, so let's go ahead and do that again. Okay, let's do that again. That's being played over that syncopated. Listen for it on the tune, okay? Again, really, really beautiful. So from there, we have a second verse. We've already gone through the verse, all right? So we have the second verse there, and then we're gonna have a chorus. And then we come across this bridge, all right? These are where the jazz chords really come into play, folks. It's really, really beautiful. I'm gonna play through it here. There's going to be, when I was watching John Mayer do some live versions of this, I noticed he uses thumb on a lot of these chords. I mean, like how beautiful is that? Such a great chord. I'm gonna go through this bridge here and we'll talk it through, all right? So as far as the solos go, we have one more little melody line after this for the most part. It's all chords from here on out. All right, so the bridge sounds like this. That's the bridge. Talk about beautiful chord progression, people. Beautiful chord progression. So what we're going to do here is we're going to play this D9 chord. We're going to play in a really interesting way. When I was watching John Mayer, as I mentioned a moment ago, he plays this D note here at the 10th fret of the E string with his thumb. All right, so those of you who can do that, we're going to go through this version first. For those of you where it's uncomfortable to play with your thumb, I'll show you a different way to play this without your thumb, okay? So thumb here, 10th fret of the E string. We're going to get our first finger 9th fret of the G string. Second finger 10th fret of the D string. Third finger 10th fret of the B string, B as in boy. All right, so we got our thumb. And then second, third, and fourth, or first, second, and third finger. So that's what the chord should sound like, all right? And again, that A string is being muted by the very tip of our thumb here. So we can go ahead and strum it like we were strumming all of the strings, but that A string is going to be muted. That's totally okay. And it sounds like that. Jazzy goodness, folks. Yes. Okay? So just like that. All right? The next chord here, all right, we're going to slide this back a whole step, meaning, or actually, first, let me show you how to play this without your thumb, okay? So that's the thumb version. If you don't want to play with your thumb, you could do it this way too. Get your second finger to play the D note on the 10th fret of the E string. First finger then goes to play the 9th fret of the G string. Third finger goes down, 10th fret D string. Pinky finger goes down, 10th fret B string, B as in boy. So you could choose to play it this way too. But John Mayer plays it like this, at least from what I can see from the live videos, all right? So up to you, whichever version is more comfortable for you and where you're at in your musical guitar playing journey, all right? So I'm choosing to play this with my thumb because I like to play this chord with my thumb here. From there, we're gonna slide this shape up an entire step, including that C in the bass. Just like that. Great chords, aren't they? Let's do that again. So just like that. Now, for my people who don't want to play with your thumb, you could choose to do it like this. Sounds the same. All right, so again, up to you. Now, the next chord here, what we're going to do is we're going to play a D major chord. Another inversion of how to play this, we're going to use one finger only. Let's give those hands, those fingers a little bit of a break. All right, first finger here across the 7th fret of the D, G, and B string. Okay, so those notes there, if we're curious here, it's going to be an A. All right, D, F sharp. Okay, and that's going to be that chord there. Now, keep in mind here, when we are strumming this, try to keep it to those 3 notes only. If we get the A in there, I mean, it's fine. It sounds better when you don't play it, though. Okay, so that's what's happening there. And then I noticed he does this, where he does a little kind of a la Keith Richards kind of like suspended thing. So if you wanted to do that, okay, so this is kind of an additional thing. I think it really makes this bit. So we're going to do here. If you want to do that little hammer-on, get your first finger here on the 8th fret of that B string. Okay, that's your G note. You're going to get your 3rd finger here on the 9th fret of the D string. That's going to be B. And then release. Okay, I'm going to break down just these 3 chords, playing them together, all right? I'm going to use the thumb version of this chord, this D9. Here they are. We're going to take our time here. Notice how I'm keeping those strums pretty short when we're at that D chord. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that again. Okay, let's do that one more time here, then we'll get on to the other chords. Okay, great stuff. Let's give our hands a little bit of a stretch. I know mine needs it. I'm sure yours does too. All right, again, if you're enjoying the lesson, be sure to subscribe to the channel, folks. It helps the cause. I'm going to do this too. Is it still on there? Let's see. All right, my new single. I'm going to put this in here. Check it out. It's called Red River. You can check it out on Spotify, all that good stuff. And we're super proud of it. It's fun. It's a vibe. I'd say Robert Johnson meets Led Zeppelin with a little bit of Bonnie Raitt. So if you want to check that out, it's on Spotify and everywhere you stream music, folks. Red River. And you can check out the video on my YouTube channel. And be sure to subscribe to the channel. And like this video. It helps the algorithm from what I've read. So yeah, so there you go. All right, so that's what's happening there, those 3 chords. Now we're going to do this one, all right? This series of 3 chords. They sound like this. There we go. Just like that. Now, beautiful chords. Let's talk about them. First finger, placing that on the 5th fret of the D string. Second finger, 6th fret of the G string. Third finger, 7th fret of the B string. Nice wacky dissonant chord, gotta love it. Okay, from here, leave your first finger where it is on the 5th fret of the D string. We're gonna get our second finger here, placing that on the 5th fret of that B string. Third finger, 6th fret of the G string. If you can, and I would suggest if you can do it, do it. Get your thumb on the 6th fret of the E string. If you can get this chord and you can reach with your thumb, do it. If you cannot, just do that, okay? So it looks like a D chord shape, but we're up a string. Each finger is up a string. And then if you can get that B flat in there, oh, it's great. All right, so like that. So we're gonna do here, we're gonna switch between these 2 chords, leaving the first finger there, pivot finger, thumb reaching to the 6th fret of the E string. Okay, now from here, second finger, bring it to the 7th fret of the E string, third finger, 7th fret, G string, or 7th, I'm sorry, third finger, 7th fret, D string, fourth finger, 7th fret, G string, first finger goes down, 5th fret of the B string. Like that. A little bit of a contortionist chord, I know. But man, are they great. I like that descendant, that bass line that kind of walks up here, which is why you can get that B flat. Or I'm sorry, A flat. Or no, B flat to B. Yeah. There we go. We're live, folks. B flat to B. If you can get that, it's great. So again, those 3 chords, and play it through slowly here, strumming them once so we can get used to switching between them, okay? Yeah, good stuff. Let's do that again. And again, I'm choosing to hybrid pick this for this section. Usually I'm just strumming through, and we're going to play it a little faster. So when I play it faster, it sounds like this. All right, let's go through that one more time, then we're going to combine it with the other 3 chords that we previously did in this bridge. All right, so here we go. One more time. Okay, just like that. Let's now include the previous 3 chords. Okay, I'm using my thumb for this one. Here we go. Good stuff, right? This is a workout. This is a workout today. Let's do that again. Stick with it. I'm sure you guys are sounding great. Keep me posted. How's everybody doing? Okay, now to speed. Here we go. Just like that. All right, so that's what's happening in that second part. So now what we're gonna do here, we've got open chords from here on out, almost I lied. All right, there's gonna be a G minor 11, which is great. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go in an E minor 7, playing it here, folks, yes, okay? You're gonna get your first finger here on the B note, second fret of the A string, second finger, second fret of the D string, that's E, and then your third finger, place that on the third fret of the B string, that's your D note. Strum everything. Just like that, okay? From there, we're gonna go to a D over F sharp. Again, we're gonna use our thumb here. John Mayer uses his thumb when he plays this. Okay, so we've got our thumb here on the F sharp, first finger, second fret of the G string, A note, third finger, third fret of the B string, that's our D note. Strum everything except the high E. I didn't really hear the high E when I was watching him live. But I mean, if you got it in, it's beautiful too. Just be a D sus2. All right. So far we have E minor 7, D over F sharp. Here's the promised G minor 11, okay? This chord makes this bridge, in my opinion. I think this chord's great. It sounds like this. And it's awesome, okay? So, first finger across the third fret of the G, B, and E string, okay? Now, we're gonna get that thumb, placing that on the third fret of the E string. Pinky finger is gonna play that A note on the 5th fret of the high E string. Yeah, it's a monster of a chord, but man, is it beautiful. All right, so just like that. Now, if you can't do your thumb, you could play it that way without the G and the bass, but man, if you can get that, it's just awesome. All right, so we're gonna do here, we're gonna play that E minor 7, D, over F sharp, and then the G minor 11. So it sounds like this. Again. Okay. So far, so good. I'm going to play the bridge from the top. I'm going to play it a little bit slower. Again, using the version with the thumb and the bass. Here we go. E minor 7, here it is. There it is. Now we're going to do here, beautiful walk up, okay, with these. 2 fingers, okay? It's going to be our 2nd and 3rd. Let me show you what to do here, okay? Pretend you're playing an A7. 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then your 3rd finger, 2nd fret of the B string. So that would be an E and a C sharp, respectively. Strumming from the A string downward. You're going to continue to strum from the A string downward. What you're going to do here is now place your 1st finger on the D note, 3rd fret B string, 2nd finger, 4th fret D string, F sharp. Strum that. Okay, so far what we have. We're going to move that 2nd finger to the 5th fret of the D string, that's our G note. 3rd finger, 5th fret of the B string, that's E. Strum from the A string downward. Bring the shape up a whole step, so both your 2nd and 3rd finger should be on the 7th fret of the D and B strings, respectively. Okay, so it sounds like this. That's what's happening. Okay, let's do that again. One more time. And now with the strumming pattern, a little bit faster. Repeat. Again. Okay. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you're doing good. Let me know if you're... And again, this is a Q&A, so let me know if there's certain things you're struggling with. This is a live Q&A. I'm happy to answer as many of those questions as I can. All right, if you got them. So, full bridge, okay, from the top. I'll give you guys time to write in any questions you have or let me know how everyone's doing. Marco, glad you're doing all right. Awesome. I'm cheating today with my telly. This helps. That's okay. Listen, John Mayer has a beautiful version of this with his trio where he's playing it on electric. So, Slinky 101, I'll let you pass today. I'll let you pass. All right. Again, yes, Mary, this song is a project, but trust me, once you get it under your fingers, it is so worth it. Okay. top of the bridge. Here we go, guys. Let's do that bridge one more time. Here we go. The bridge. You got through it, folks. Give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's tough. It's tricky. So well done. And again, these videos are on YouTube. So if you need to rewind, watch this again, be sure to do that. And if you do, I'd really love if you subscribe to the channel. Again, it helps the cause. I've got a lot of new music coming out for the next couple weeks. My new EP, The Voices, comes out on May 5th, 2023. So I will be posting music videos and all that good stuff on my YouTube channel, as well as these riff rundowns. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see all the great stuff that Fishman is up to, and trust me, there's some cool stuff. I can't say it quite yet, but it's very cool. Check out the link in the video description. You get to see all the cool stuff I use on these riff rundowns. All right, so good stuff. From here, we have a little piano riff that is being played over the chorus chord. So remember that D or that B minor 11 to that E7 to the E minor 7 over A to the D chord. Okay, so this little piano bit that I'm going to show you, it's such again, a beautifully melodic little riff, is being played over the chorus chords, okay? So that riff, we don't have a piano here, but we got a guitar, so we're gonna learn it on guitar, folks, because it's great, okay? So it sounds like this. Again. So again, that's a piano line, but we're gonna play it on guitar, because why not? All right, so first finger, 6th fret of the G string. That's our C sharp to our D note, 7th fret of the G string. Okay. From there, lift that 2nd finger up, 7th fret of the D string. That's our A note to that G sharp. Okay, so. Again, pretty simple. Let's do that again. Don't forget to alternate pick with your picking hand too. So that's the first half. We got 4 more notes to go, and it sounds like this. And we're playing it to tempo, guys. It's a slow and beautiful melodic riff. Again, back to the 6th fret of the G string to the 7th. Getting that 2nd finger, 5th fret of the D string. Okay, so G to F sharp. All right, so let's do that whole thing again. Again. And this is being played over an outro too. Again, just chorus chords here. And that, my friends, is the song. That is Daughters by John Mayer. That was one of the tougher ones I've taught here on the Riff Rundown. So I encourage you all, if this was a little tough for you today, I want you to stick with it. Take it part by part. Notice how I like going slow on these riff rundowns on purpose. It sets a good foundation, okay, for your practice routines and all that. I want you thinking about the chords you're playing, the pivot points between those chords, all that good stuff. A little bit of theory too helps a lot, all right? So have fun with this. I know it's tough, and I knew this might be a little tougher for a lot of you, but again, jazz chords are really great too. It beautifully melodic, a lot of fun. No reason to be scared of chords that might have scary names, okay? They sound beautiful. They sound beautiful, and they're worth the effort, I promise. So, as always, wishing you so much success in your musical journey. I hope this was a fun one for you. I had a blast teaching this song today. Again, a really, really fun one. So, wishing you a lot of success. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps the cause. May 6th, 2023, those of you who are in Los Angeles, I will be playing with my band. It's our album release show at the Mint in Los Angeles. My buddy Michael Lemo from Norms is going to be playing that night too. We got a lot of great stuff planned. There may or may not be a signed guitar up for raffle at this show. So you never know. You never know. I will put the link to the show in the video description as well, and in the comments, so you guys can see that if you're in Los Angeles. Again, thank you all so very much. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys very, very soon. And thanks to my friends at Fishman. These are such a blast. Thanks to all the guys at Fishman. These are a lot of fun. All right, everybody, take good care. Have fun learning this one, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time.